Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to talk in Tesla news. Tesla news is something we get excited about, or at least I do. I mean, I hope you guys do too. Get excited about at least once a week. I mean, they come out with non-stop stuff. Elon has a hard time of not telling what he's thinking or talking about his stuff in general. And then there's so much exciting stuff going on with Tesla, right? So you either love or hate the cars, but nonetheless, the company itself is doing some amazing things. Not to try to dethrone Boston Dynamics or anything like that, but Tesla came out with a robot. Sure, why not? I mean, it's only 5'8", right? I'm 6'5", so it's not going to be a tall Tesla robot, but nonetheless, it's a robot. Why? Who knows? But they came out with a robot. We'll talk about that. Further delays on the Model Y, S, X, Roadster, Cybertruck, everything else that they offer, except for maybe some of the performance vehicles for no reason. You can get a Performance Y and a Performance 3 within about 6 weeks, or you can wait 6 months for a regular long-range Model Y. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we're going to talk about that. And also a newly refreshed, newly designed, maybe long-range plus Model Y, which would be exciting. In my mind, I think to myself when I hear that, 400 plus miles of range, but who knows? We'll talk about that too. So sit back, relax. You guys are watching the Tall Tesla Guy. So we're going to start right off with the Tesla robot, right? So Tesla launched AI Day about a week or so ago. And if you follow Teslas, if you were excited about their battery day, that they have every year in the fall, if you were excited about AI Day in the past, then I'm sure you sat down and watched this. It was a live streaming event that they did. They had all their tech people within the company talking about everything from full self-driving innovations to updates in software to Tesla vision to where the company might be going in the future. And ideally, it was kind of centered around or cloaked around trying to get this tech talent to join the company. However, it quickly became, what does Tesla offer? What's Tesla doing? And if you own a Tesla, if you're thinking about buying a Tesla, there's so many great innovations and advancements with full self-driving that they're talking about, or full self-driving, enhanced autopilot, better known as. But the Tesla robot, right? So they launched a Tesla robot. Elon was quick to note that it's 5'8", 125 pounds. It can only run 10 miles an hour, up to 10 miles an hour. It can hold up to 50 pounds, something like that, 25 pounds. Nonetheless, somewhere around there. And he noted that you could easily outrun it and overtake it. Sounds a little odd, but as soon as you think of a humanoid robot, the first thing people think about is Terminator, end of days kind of stuff. And I think he wanted to instill in everybody that that's not the point of this. I mean, in the future, maybe I guess you could use this robot, like he said, to do nominal tasks, which whoever knows what that is. Maybe walking the dog, I don't know, or washing dishes and such. But outside of that, I mean, it's not going to drive your car. There's no reason to. The car is essentially a robot with wheels anyway, so full self-driving would allow it to drive itself, so you don't need a robot in the seat. But nonetheless, the practical applications, the cost of this, none of that was actually kind of unveiled in this, really just showing the robot, in fact, talking about it. They didn't have a live working prototype of it. There were some memes of a robot-like thing dancing around. That's not really what he was trying to show or instill in everybody. But I think what it does is show the direction of the company. Because Elon's always said we're kind of a tech company that happens to make a car. Now, a lot of companies say that kind of thing, but Tesla really is. In a sense, like the car, there's so much technology packed into this vehicle, it's kind of a surprise that it even moves or drives. I mean, it's a good surprise, nonetheless, that's what you bought it for. But really, it's a technology, it's a big, super hyped up computer that happens to have wheels and happens to move and get you places. It's a really comfortable drive and it's a lot of fun and everything like that too. But really a technology company that happens to make vehicles, spaceships, his Neuralink thing that'll connect people together. Eventually people won't need to talk, which is kind of odd. And now robots, right? To name a few other things, Solar City and such, and now robots. I mean, I think it would draw you in if you were super excited and that's the industry that you were involved in or you wanted to be involved in. It might draw you in to work for Tesla, to come there and work in such a cutting edge innovation. But again, the practical applications of it, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where that's going to go. Would I buy one? Sure. Why not? Who doesn't want to have a robot friend to maybe help you in the carpool lane when you're driving in traffic or something like that? But in reality, you could think of a much better designed thing than a humanoid designed robot to do some of the nominal tasks that you don't want to do. You know, people have talked about the examples of it. For example, I don't need a robot pushing around a vacuum cleaner. I have a little Rumba vacuum cleaner that's small and compact and gets underneath the couch and such. So I'll use that. But, you know, outside of that, it is pretty cool, and it's neat that they have it. It's neat that he's kind of thinking about that sort of stuff and kind of forward thinking in that arena. I'll take it. It doesn't bother me at all. I think it's kind of neat. But it leads me on to other things, though. They're focusing so much on so much variety and diversity within the company that you may miss some of the goals that they have set. There are further delays on the vehicles. Like I said in the beginning, 6 months to get yourself a new Model Y. So if you were thinking about taking advantage of all these this crazy used car market, this hyper accelerated, you know, value of used vehicles, like people are buying cars, not just Teslas, but Teslas in particular, and then selling them within a few months for more than they paid for them. If you're thinking about taking advantage of that and getting yourself another Tesla, get ready to wait about 6 months. If you place an order for a Model Y now, your estimated delivery is December/January. December, January. Now, either in the beginning, I thought maybe he was doing that kind of thing so that he could make way for the 4680 battery. 4680 battery is going to revolutionize the way that the car is driven. You know, the range that you get on it, you know, plus 500 miles of range is huge, huge. It's going to beat any sort of ICE vehicle that's out there, right? That's an amazing thing. It's going to be required almost to have the Tesla Semi, to, you know, the Cybertruck was going to be plus 500 miles of range, but you probably need it to tow anything. So this 4680 battery, maybe that's part of the reason why there was such a delay. He was, you know, with the single cast frame that they have down in Giga Austin, once they start rolling it out. But then you start to think, well, maybe it's because of the chip shortage. Is that still affecting him? Probably a little bit. It's affecting every other company. Why not? So there's that as well. And then on top of that, kind of in the mix, they sort of secretly launched or leaked, I guess, images, ideas of a Tesla Model Y Long Range Plus is what we're calling it, right? So this Long Range Plus, and then you start to think about it, like, what's that going to give us? You know, it really equates to almost 400 miles of range, but, you know, really that's based off of their system of measurement, which no other country in the world uses it. So, you know, you have to kind of take that with a little bit of a grain of salt. And if you were to do an apples to apples comparison and put it with an EPA rated range, you're closer to 350, which is a jump. No doubt, it's a jump, right? I mean, in fact, the 78 kilowatt hour battery that my Tesla Model Y has versus the 82 kilowatt hour battery that the new Tesla Model Y has gives you a jump already. And then on top of that, they increase some of the range with some technology and some, you know, better power usage and stuff like that. It puts you closer to, you know, I'm 326 EPA range, puts you closer to 336. 340 maybe. So if they did some minor tweaks, change some things around, maybe this single cast frame is just that much lighter and better, and you get more efficiency with it, it's not a surprise you could get to 350, right? But when I hear long range Model Y, the first thing that comes to my mind is plus 400 or 500 miles, what he's been talking about for a couple of years. And it sounds like he's going to be talking about it for a couple more years. We're not going to get anything close to that. In fact, 350 is probably what we're going to get. And really, it's probably just a bigger battery, right? Lucid Air talks about their 88 kilowatt hour battery, right? Of course, their car, the Lucid Air Dream, is $170,000 starting. So I could buy 3 Model Ys for the price of that. But even at that, they're saying that they can get 500 miles of range. Of course, they don't have any prototype in production to show that they can actually do that, a charging network that Tesla does or anything like that. So it's not, it could just be a dream, just like a lot of the stuff that Elon talks about too. We never know. We won't know until it actually comes out. But I can say though, I'd be excited about a longer range Model Y if it came down to it and the opportunity exists for anybody that you have the ability to not need the car, not need a car, maybe you've got a second car, something like that. Taking advantage of this crazy used car market isn't necessarily a bad idea if it works in your situation. However, I wouldn't do it thinking that in the 6 months we're going to have the 4680 battery, because I have a feeling it's just not going to happen like that. This longer range Model Y might be cool, but it's almost like cell phones. If you're waiting for the next best thing before you get a new one, you'll never get a new one, because they constantly change and add things. And Tesla is notorious for adding stuff mid-season without actually changing the model year. They've never done it before. They never will again. They most likely won't start, and just kind of moving forward like that. So technology ever changing. If you can take advantage of the used car market, do it. If it works for you, it makes sense, why not? I wouldn't do it waiting for all this fancy new technology. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think if you saw AI Day, if you watched it, if you think about this robot, would you get one if it was available and practical or feasible or something like that? I'm thinking why not, but who knows. Let me know what you guys think on that, and you guys know the drill. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, jumping in here each week, listening to the videos and commenting, engaging, and everything like that. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic, you know, day, week, month so far. You're able to get out there, enjoy yourself, put a smile on your face, and I hope you're staying safe out there. Thanks for watching, everybody.